Hey, spookies. I don't know what that is. Chen and I started doing it. It's a thing now. I'm Steven Eamon. I'm one half of Machina Corpse, a spooky new comics publisher, and this is Let's Make Comics. Consider this like the pilot episode. I don't have any lighting at the moment. It's a dark, rainy day. By the next episode, everything's going to be completely different. I'm probably going to be recast. So as I'm working on my comics for Machina Corpse, I'm going to invite you to sit along and watch me draw and take you on this journey with me. There's a whole lot to get into. This first episode, I'm going to tell you about how I got to this point. Spoiler, it's a lot like Saw. I kind of woke up in a basement with a pad and a pencil. So let's get right into it. Let's make some comics. Alright, so I know what you're thinking. Steve Eamon, Machina Corpse, terrifying individual, horror, spooky, all that stuff. And it's true. But prior to this, I was doing young adult novels. I did 3 books, Happy Face, Wintertown, and Bright Lights, Dark Nights. And I love the genre. I love doing young adult. The first major project I'm going to be doing with Machina Corpse could be categorized as young adult. Just, really dark, messed up, weird kind of young adult. I don't think mainstream publishing would necessarily look at what it is that I want to do. It's stuff that's out there, but I'm positive that there is an audience for it. And that's where doing something with Machina Corpse, kind of going out on my own, makes a lot of sense. Prior to doing the young adult stuff, I did a comic book called Emo Boy. If you haven't read that, I'm actually uploading it currently on Webtoons. I'll leave a link to that below. I always knew that I would come back to comics at some point. I've always wanted to be a comics creator. I always wanted to be an illustrator as well as a writer. I spent the last few years working on a graphic novel, this kind of bloated, epic 400-page fully painted book that I did quite a bit of and ended up kind of falling on my face. It didn't really take off or go anywhere. And at the same time, Chandra had just gotten the rights to her comic, The God Machine, back. She had been really interested in publishing herself and starting this Machina Corpse project. We were both kind of setting off on our own and wanting to prove that we had something good to offer. We decided to kickstart our first comic. I wanted to do a prequel to this horror comic that I couldn't really get anywhere with my agent or editor, but it was something that I kept on coming back to and developing in my head, so this was a great chance for me to do that. My comic in the Kickstarter is called 1983. It actually serves as a prequel to something larger that I'm going to be doing really soon. So something that I learned doing the Kickstarter, so much of the support came from followers and fans of Chandra's. And it dawned on me that despite having successful books and selling a lot of copies, I don't have that following. A lot of my fans that bought Happy Face and that bought Wintertown weren't necessarily following me to whatever project I was doing next. And it caused me to reevaluate my goals for this upcoming year. I think one of the big things I want to do is reestablish myself as a comics creator, as an illustrator. I want to grow my fan base. I want to communicate more with the people that do appreciate my work and follow me. I mean, it makes sense to me that a lot of people that probably love my work, they probably know me through my comics and through my books, but they don't really know me. And I think there's a lot of room for improvement in that, and that's part of why I'm doing this YouTube series, is to let people in and let people get to know me as a person, as an artist, see what my interests are, where my head is at. And that's going to be kind of my big project for the upcoming year, is doing these regular videos, putting a lot of art out there for free. It's going to be an ongoing process, and I hope that it builds through the year. I hope I get better at it. It's not comfortable for me. Social media in general is not comfortable for me. I'm not very good at it. I'm not good at talking about myself. When I go on Twitter, I don't know what to talk about a lot of the time. Right now, my mind is set on comic books, on creating comics, on making something really weird and dark. I have a great story that I'm going to be telling. And doing that, doing Machina Corpse, helping Chan with her next project, that's going to be 2020. That's what I'm going to be working on. And I get that it's going to take time. It's going to take a whole lot of precious time. It's going to take money and time to do it right now. But that's the plan, and I hope that you come along with me. Oh, and this image right here that I've been drawing, this is the cover for 1983. It's a dark little story about this girl and her family. And I apologize that I missed like kind of the coolest part, which was putting all this hair on the page, which was kind of fun, but plenty more to come. Apologies for the quality. I'm going to be fine-tuning all of this. I'm going to have actual lights. I got to spruce up the recording of the art. Basically, I'm going to be fine-tuning everything and figuring this out as I go along. Next time, I'm going to be talking about my creative goals for 2020, what I'm actually going to be working on, what I'll be drawing in these videos, so stay tuned for that. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed it. This is going to be a lot of fun. Like, comment, subscribe. I don't know what else. All the things. And I will see you soon. Stay spooky.
Stay spooky.